What's going on there, gentlemen? Just just wanted to pop on and do a video or two, or talk about some stuff. And man, I noticed, I've got some of this Mcconnells Scottish blend, and this was one of the first blends I ordered. I ordered it when the tins were still square, and I think I ordered Scottish Flake, Scottish Blend, and Latakia Flake, all three. Ooh, man, that's lovely. And this here the Scottish blend. What sets it apart from the English blend is usually it's kind of a medley of every style of tobacco, I believe. Latakia, Perique, Virginia, Turkish, and even Cavendish, which is a way of processing it, and that's typically English. It's an English process. It's an English curing process, I think, is how you would put it, and it comes out, makes the tobacco different. And there's a couple different kinds. There's like the really gross, covered in uh, the gross covered in propylene glycol, like syrupy dripping Cavendish that they call Cavendish. And then there's the old school brown Cavendish, which is dry, and I think that's what's in here. And you definitely you get hit with all those tobaccos. It's almost like a salty, uh, smoky. Man, and this has sat for years. I mean, I can see the it's I can see the age on it, and I'm honestly, I'm just really glad that I actually pulled it aside and put it and jarred it up. Um, I just didn't realize, how much I would enjoy coming back to these tobaccos later on. You know, once they've had some time on them, and seeing how they change. Mm. I got my Peterson clay here. Awesome pipe. I love how small it is. Kind of like a vest pipe, palm pipe. You know, almost fits perfectly in the hand. Mm. Like, I love that about the old boy pipe lighters, how they put a tamper in it. Mm. This is remind Honestly, this reminds me of Frogmorton on the Bayou. Real smoky, bacony, just ton of flavor. The Scots, they must not have much for taste, but I mean, I'm mostly Scottish, but must not have much for taste buds, because man, this is like it packs a serious punch. I want to say they were known for being high in nicotine as well. It's it's almost like nightcap, but there's something to be said about the age on it. I mean, you know, I'm enjoying this as much as I enjoy any Germain's blend, any Smoker's Haven blend, Esoterica, take your pick. I think those are they're they're such excellent tobaccos because they come aged. I really do believe that that's what sets these tobaccos apart. Is Germain's has, similar to a wine cellar, or you know, a wine cellar and a cellar, salesman, a merchant. They have like a warehouse, or a huge warehouse full of aging tobaccos. So every time they make a blend, it's 5 years old. They're just pulling stuff off the shelf like it's a wheel of cheese or something, and it's ripe. Whereas I think the rest of them, they're using fresh stuff. Even Galwith, I think they're starting with fresh tobacco, and Germain's isn't doing that. And it makes sense. It makes perfect sense. They're the oldest. They're like the oldest tobacco company running, like that's continuously run. Because it can't be that only Germain's gets certain tobaccos from certain farms. They're using the same leaf as everybody else. So it stands to reason that the difference. Um, I don't think the difference is blending quality. That's not rocket science. None of it is rocket science. To me, the difference would have to be the aging process. They're not using straight from farm ingredients. They're using 5 or 10-year-old ingredients, and then they're doing their blending. And it's apples and oranges, night and day. But once you do some of the blending, this stuff really comes out fantastic. Or once you do the aging, excuse me, not the blending, the aging, it these definitely, and Mcconnells is just another they're owned by that Danish tobacco company, so it's nothing crazy or special. It's made by the same company who made Dunhill for years, who made all these blends, Peterson's, I'm sure. Mm. Really is just as good as any other blend I've ever had, and I was kind of skeptical of this whole idea, but it is true. And every time I open up a tin of something I didn't like or something that I wasn't crazy about, it didn't matter. When I opened it, I didn't think it was good. Then when I age it, I get it. I get it. I've been staring at this jar for a hot minute. It's the 2020 campfire that Old Berg gave to me, and man, it's a McClellan's blend, and goodness, all the little nuggets of pressed flake in there. It looks so delicious. I'm gonna have to do a video on that soon. Gonna have to do it. Gotta do it. But anyway, yeah, I just wanted to pop on and enjoy a smoke with you guys and whatnot. So until next time, cheers. Cheers, gentlemen.